Chosen one, do you feel it? Right now, your name is being spoken in places you've never even been. The heavens have shifted, and the conversation about you is no longer whispered. It's erupting in rooms you can't see, yet you can feel it. They are talking about you. You may not have noticed, but the enemies who plotted against you are watching in sheer panic as everything they built crumbles. Their lies are collapsing. The walls they put around their deceitful plans are disintegrating right before their eyes. You've been the target of their schemes, but now the tables are turning. This is no coincidence. Heaven has exposed the truth, and now the very people who made you their prey are being exposed in ways they never expected. This is the moment of reckoning, and you are the witness to their downfall. The spiritual shift you've been sensing is the activation of your purpose. The people who wronged you thought they could hide behind their lies and manipulation forever. But right now, they're watching their fortress fall apart while you stand in the light, untouched and unbroken. You were chosen for this moment not to break, but to rise, stronger than ever. If these words resonate with you, comment 777 below your declaration of truth. Follow this channel and activate the bell so you can stay aligned with the divine revelations coming your way. Thank you to everyone who has walked this journey with us. Your presence, your strength, and your spirit matter more than you know. You are not alone in this. This community is here for you as we rise together in truth and power. So tell me, what lies are you ready to see exposed, and what is your soul prepared to reclaim? God's chosen ones, heaven exposed, why everyone's talking about you. Chosen one, have you ever wondered why things have felt harder than they should be? Why does it seem like, despite your best efforts, you've never quite reached your potential, especially in the realm of finances and opportunities? You've worked tirelessly, struggled with bills, worked multiple jobs, and still felt like there was never enough. But what if I told you that there is wealth with your name on it, waiting to be unlocked? Not just any wealth, but a hidden trust fund sitting quietly in accounts you never knew existed. There are individuals who deliberately withheld what was rightfully yours: money, opportunities, blessings that should have reached you. They thought they could keep you in the dark, keep you small, struggling, and disconnected from your true power. But their time has come. Their time has run out. God is stepping in now. The money and resources that were meant for you will be returned, and the people who tried to keep you from it will have no choice but to face the consequences of their actions. Have you ever felt deep inside that something was off? That unsettling feeling in your gut that something wasn't right with the way things were happening around you? Those instincts, those feelings of being mistreated, have not been wrong. They are about to be validated in a way you never imagined. Right now, an investigation is unfolding. Law enforcement is involved. Federal agencies are digging deep, following the money trail, uncovering the web of deceit that's been built around you. What they're discovering will shock you. This isn't just about one corrupt person who took advantage of your finances or manipulated the system to keep you from what was yours. It's much bigger. This was a coordinated effort, a network of individuals working together to keep you small, to keep you from stepping into the power and prosperity that God intended for you. Your name has been on documents, trusts, and accounts for years, but they kept it hidden from you. The question is, why? This hiding part wasn't just random. Someone intentionally kept you from the wealth and opportunities meant for you. They thought they could get away with it. They underestimated the power of divine justice. They thought you would never find out, but God has seen everything. He knew what was taken from you, and He's been orchestrating the return of what's yours. Have you ever wondered why people who seemed untouchable are starting to show cracks in their armor? Why those who once had control over your life and finances are now starting to unravel before your eyes? Their carefully constructed facade is crumbling. The lies they've told are being exposed. The manipulation that worked for so long has finally stopped working, and now they are terrified. The truth is surfacing. God is exposing their schemes, and it's happening now. As these layers of deceit unravel, you will begin to see the truth. Those who once believed the lies about you, your worth, and your abilities are beginning to see the truth for themselves. The mask is slipping, and the person who has been behind this deception, the one who has orchestrated this whole scheme, is no longer hidden. This person was someone who you could describe as a liar, a master manipulator. And now, the truth is becoming too obvious to deny. But here's something fascinating about spiritual warfare. Your greatest enemies often mirror your own energy, your own gender, and your own spirit. This is not by accident. God allows these reflections so that you can recognize the battle, recognize the lies, and finally step into your power. The spiritual attacks you've faced have often been close to home, tied to personal relationships, and rooted in familiar places. But now, God is revealing the true enemy for who they are. This exposure is not just for your benefit, chosen one. It's a shift that will affect generations to come. The return of your wealth, the unearthing of the truth, and the exposure of those who tried to sabotage you will reveal God's justice and His power. Every lie that was told about you will be replaced by truth, and every obstacle placed in your path will be removed. You will walk into the prosperity and favor that has always been yours. In Proverbs 6:33:1, it is written, "People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it costs him all the wealth of his house." The thief who has stolen from you is being caught, and they will pay back sevenfold. This is divine justice at work. God is not just recovering what was lost, He is multiplying it back to you. Have you ever felt like justice was never served? Have you asked yourself why the truth seemed to take so long to surface? But now, can you see how all the delays were really divine protection and preparation for the breakthrough that's on its way? God is making a way for your restitution. The people who have been working together to keep you from your wealth, your success, your rightful place, are about to face the consequences of their actions. You are about to experience the return of what has been stolen, and this restoration will be greater than you could ever imagine. And here's the key, chosen one. This divine justice is not just about money. It's about your spirit, your identity, your purpose. You've been through so much, but God is bringing you out stronger. He's teaching you to recognize His power in your life, and He's equipping you to walk into your destiny without fear or doubt. The wealth and prosperity that are coming your way are just the beginning. What's more significant than the material blessings is the freedom and victory you will experience, knowing that God has fought for you and won. In Romans 8:28, we are reminded that, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." God has worked all of this out for your good, and now you are stepping into the fullness of His promise. The season of struggle is over. You are stepping into your divine inheritance. Chosen one, the time has come for you to rise up. The wealth, the recognition, the truth, and the justice that you've been waiting for are finally here. God is preparing you for a life of abundance, not just in material wealth, but in peace, purpose, and destiny. He is aligning your life for success, and those who tried to keep you down are about to see the power of God at work in your life in ways they never expected. Have you felt the shift in the atmosphere around you? Do you sense the energy of divine justice moving through your life right now? Are you ready to step into the abundance that God has for you? This is just the beginning, chosen one. Your best days are ahead, and God's justice will always prevail. Chosen one, have you ever felt like someone has been silently pulling the strings in your life? Like there has been an unseen force working behind the scenes to sabotage your every breakthrough, your every success? You know the feeling just when you're about to step into your purpose. Something or someone seems to knock you down, keeping you stuck in a never-ending cycle of frustration and struggle. It's not your imagination, and it's not a coincidence. The universe operates on principles of reflection and shadow work, and what you are about to uncover is something profound. There has been someone, or perhaps multiple people, in your life who have been watching you from the shadows, studying your every move, learning your patterns. They have been systematically undermining every area of your life where a breakthrough was just about to happen. They were playing chess while you thought the game was checkers. Every step forward you took, they made sure you took 2 steps back. But here's the truth, chosen one. The exposure is imminent. God is about to reveal the truth, and these people will no longer be able to hide behind their lies. In Luke 12:2, it is written, "There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known." Chosen one, this is your time of revelation. What was once hidden is being uncovered, and the truth will be revealed to you, loud and clear. God is exposing the lies and manipulations that have been keeping you from your rightful blessings. The people who thought they could work in the shadows, controlling your life and destiny, will no longer be able to hide. This mastermind, the one who orchestrated this web of deceit, manipulation, and sabotage, is about to face public humiliation. They never expected their years of careful planning, their deception, and their manipulation to unravel in such a spectacular fashion, but that's exactly what's happening now. The walls are closing in. The reputation they built on lies, on deception, on being untouchable, is about to be destroyed by the very crimes they thought would remain hidden forever. It won't be pretty. It will be catastrophic for them. But wait, the plot thickens. Chosen one, what you've uncovered is just the surface. This mastermind isn't working alone. You've discovered that they are part of a much darker and more evil alliance. This is not just one person trying to sabotage your life. This is a diabolical married couple, 2 people who have been working together to ruin you. One has been handling the financial theft, the other has been engaged in character assassination. While one has been trying to steal your resources, the other has been spreading lies and falsehoods about you to anyone who would listen. They have attacked you on multiple fronts, and their actions go far beyond just financial crimes. Their evil runs deeper than anything you can imagine. One of the energies within this couple may have even been involved in the ultimate betrayal, the tragic ending of their own child's life, sacrificing their flesh and blood to maintain their power. You're not dealing with ordinary criminals here, chosen one. These individuals are capable of the most horrendous and evil acts. They will stop at nothing to maintain control and destroy anyone in their path. They projected an image of being upstanding, trustworthy, and successful, but everything about them was a lie. Every reputation they built was constructed on falsehoods. Every story about them, every carefully crafted persona, was based on a fabricated reality. They were big fakes, phonies, and liars. But the truth, chosen one, is coming to light. The walls they built around their deception are crumbling. The truth about them, the lies they told, and the damage they caused, it's all being exposed. Do you see it now? Have you ever wondered why, despite everything you've done to move forward, you've found yourself continually confronted with obstacles? Why do the same names keep resurfacing even after you thought they were out of your life? What if these weren't just coincidences, but orchestrated attempts to keep you down? What if this person, this couple, was at the center of it all? In Proverbs 12:19, it is written, "Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment." Chosen one, the lies they told have an expiration date. Every deception, every fabricated story has a shelf life, and it's just about expired. The truth is emerging now, and it will expose everything they tried to hide. The lies are being unmasked, and the truth is being revealed for all to see. The final revelation might be even more devastating than they imagined. The ultimate betrayal may be coming from within your own family. Someone you trusted, someone who was supposed to love you, may have played a role in this conspiracy, intentionally leading you to self-sabotage and doubt yourself. In Romans 8:28, we are reminded, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Chosen one, what you've been through has not been for nothing. God is working everything out for your good, even the trials and betrayals. He is using everything to prepare you for the restoration that is about to unfold in your life. Every obstacle has shaped you. Every lie has brought you closer to the truth. Every betrayal has taught you to trust in his plan, and now the reward is coming. The time for manipulation and deceit is coming to an end. The truth is shining through, and God's justice will prevail. The mastermind behind this conspiracy and the evil forces they've been working with will be exposed for who they truly are. Their lies, their manipulation, and their destruction of your life will no longer have power. You will walk into the prosperity and favor that has always been yours. In Isaiah 60:22, God promises, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." Chosen one, your time has come. The waiting, the pain, the struggles, they have all been part of the plan, and now you are stepping into the breakthrough that God has been preparing for you. In James 4:7, we are urged, "Submit yourselves then to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you." Chosen one, resist the temptation to doubt. Submit to God's timing and trust that he is bringing you into a season of victory. The enemy has tried to destroy you, but God is rising up within you, and his justice will prevail. Chosen one, have you ever had that feeling deep down that something is wrong, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it? The voice in your head that tells you that you're not good enough, that you're destined to fail, or that you're unworthy of success, it doesn't come from you. These thoughts, these patterns of self-doubt, were planted deliberately. They were planted by someone who should have protected you, by someone who should have been guarding your heart and mind. The patterns of negative self-talk that seem so familiar, those automatic beliefs that have been holding you back, didn't originate within you. You weren't born thinking you weren't good enough, or that you would always fall short. You were programmed with these thoughts. From an early age, you learned to question your worth, to second-guess your choices, and to believe that success was always just out of your reach. But here's the truth. These thoughts weren't natural to you. They were implanted by those who were supposed to love and protect you. In Galatians 6-7, we are reminded, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." The seeds of negativity and self-doubt that were sown in your life, particularly by those closest to you, are now coming to light. You are not the product of your circumstances, but you are the reflection of what you've been told and made to believe. But there's more to this story, chosen one. The person who has been so deeply influential in shaping these limiting beliefs is someone who was supposed to guard your heart. This parental figure, this person who should have been your protector, was the one planting these seeds of destruction. They systematically undermined your potential, all while posing as someone who was trying to help. The truth is far darker. They were gaslighting you, controlling your perception of yourself, and ensuring that you'd never discover your true power. The truth is this: sometimes the people who are supposed to love and protect you are the very ones working against you. They wear the mask of loyalty, but their actions speak a different language. Family ties don't guarantee love, and titles don't automatically confer loyalty or protection. Your situation isn't unique. You are not the only one who's faced this kind of betrayal. The people who should have been your greatest supporters might have been your greatest opponents. Chosen one, this parental figure is someone who thrives on chaos. They've been emotionally abusing you through triangulation, a tactic where they pit people against each other, creating conflict and confusion while positioning themselves as the only solution or the victim. They have been playing emotional chess with your life, ensuring you were always off balance and distracted from seeing the truth. Their power lies in control, and chaos keeps everyone around them too destabilized to see their manipulation clearly. But now, things are changing. You're growing, chosen one. Your growth, your peace, your happiness, they threaten their control. Your success is exposing their lies. Your happiness contradicts their narrative about you. They've always believed that you're not supposed to be happy, that you're not supposed to succeed. They've convinced you that you're supposed to struggle, that you're supposed to need them to survive. But God is showing you the truth. You don't need them. You were always meant to thrive, to succeed, to walk in the light of your purpose. This awakening, this realization that you are not your thoughts, has been a long time coming. You've been breaking free from decades of psychological programming that told you you weren't enough, that you were destined to fail. You're now starting to understand why certain patterns felt so automatic, why certain thoughts felt so natural, and why certain limitations seemed to hold you back. They were never your thoughts. They were implanted, forced upon you, designed to keep you locked in a cage you couldn't even see. In 2 Corinthians 10:5, it says, "We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." This is your moment. You are taking captive every thought that was not yours, that was placed in your mind to keep you small. You are demolishing the lies, the beliefs that were not of God, and you are walking into your true purpose. This is your time to break free. As you connect the dots, as you start to realize how this pattern has been operating in your life, it will become clearer than ever that this was never a normal family situation. This wasn't just typical dysfunction. What you've been dealing with is spiritual warfare, orchestrated to keep you from stepping into your true power. From the time you were a child, you've been under attack. This has not just been a family drama. This has been a coordinated, spiritual effort designed to keep you trapped in confusion, self-doubt, and fear. They never thought you would figure it out, chosen one. They thought they had successfully confused you, made you believe that your struggles were your fault. But you've uncovered the truth, and now you are free. In Romans 8:31, it says, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" Chosen one, God has always been on your side. He has seen every attack, every manipulation, and every lie that's been aimed at you. And now, God is showing you the truth. Your breakthrough is here, and no force, no manipulation, and no lie can stand in the way of what God has promised you. But here's the most important lesson for you to learn, chosen one. As you enter this season of exposure, you must protect your energy. When justice finally arrives, you will be faced with an important decision. Don't open the door. Don't let them back into your space. Their desperation will make them dangerous. People who have been exposed for their lies and manipulation become cornered animals, and desperate people make desperate choices. Your safety, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, must be your top priority, even during your victory. In Psalm 91:3 it says, "Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence." God is your protector, chosen one. You are safe in his arms, and he will guide you through this season of exposure with peace, clarity, and discernment. Trust him to protect you from the traps the enemy has set. Your next step is to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult it may seem. Continue to establish your boundaries, and don't allow anyone from your past to pull you back. God has already made a way for you. Walk confidently into your purpose, knowing that this is your season of freedom, clarity, and justice. You were always meant to thrive, and now that you see the truth, you can finally step into the life that has always been yours. Chosen one, for so long, they managed to make you believe that you were the problem. They painted a narrative where you were the one who couldn't handle things, you were the one who was weak, and you were the one who was flawed. But you have figured it out now. The truth is clear. The attacks you endured were never about you. They were about something much bigger. The real enemy wasn't the world. It wasn't your circumstances. It was the very people who were supposed to protect you. Yes, the ones you trusted, the ones you loved, those individuals who were meant to help guide you, were secretly plotting against you. They worked behind the scenes, undermining your every move, stirring chaos, creating confusion, and trying to make you doubt everything about yourself. It wasn't just bad luck. It wasn't just life throwing curveballs. It was a carefully orchestrated campaign to break your spirit and crush your potential. You were subjected to gaslighting, the psychological tactic designed to make you question your own reality, to doubt your perceptions, to doubt what you knew to be true. They used isolation as a weapon, cutting you off from allies and support, trying to make you feel like you were alone in your journey. And the goal was clear. They wanted you to self-destruct. They wanted you to lose control, to fall apart so completely that you'd never pose a threat to their twisted plans. They thought you wouldn't recover. For a time, they succeeded. There were moments when you felt like you were teetering on the edge, when your thoughts felt clouded and the weight of it all seemed unbearable. There were days when you questioned your worth, your path, your ability to keep going. You may have even considered giving up. But they didn't count on one thing. You weren't fighting this battle alone. As they plotted in the darkness, you were being built in the light. Every attack, every betrayal, every tear shed in isolation, it was all preparing you. It was all a training ground for your spirit, a lesson in discernment, a lesson in strength, and a lesson in patience. They never saw it coming. While they thought they were breaking you, God was refining you. In Romans 8:28, it is written, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Chosen one. Everything they did to break you, every plan they executed to bring you down, God turned it into something greater. Your pain wasn't in vain. Your struggles weren't wasted. They were shaping you into someone who could carry the weight of your destiny. And now you can see it. You're standing stronger than ever before. Their arrogance, their belief that they could outsmart you and outmaneuver divine timing, has been their downfall. They thought they could outwit the universe, but they didn't realize the power that resides in you. They underestimated your spiritual DNA. They thought that by attacking you, by taking from you, they could break you, but they didn't see the invisible forces that were always backing you up. You weren't just surviving. You were being prepared for greatness. Their biggest mistake was assuming you were weak. They thought that because you struggled physically, that meant you were spiritually weak. They were wrong. They could not see the depth of your spiritual rank. They underestimated your strength, the strength that comes from being aligned with your divine source. They didn't realize that your struggles were forging your power, and every battle you fought was building your authority. You've always had an inner knowing, a sense of something greater than yourself pushing you forward. Even when everything looked hopeless, there was a part of you that kept going, a part of you that knew this couldn't be the end of your story. You always had access to a source of strength that couldn't be explained by your circumstances. That wasn't luck, and it certainly wasn't coincidence. It was God's divine protection, guiding you even in the darkest moments. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, it says, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me.' Chosen one, even when you felt weak, you were made strong. God's grace was there, and his power perfected your weakness. Your enemies saw only the struggle. They didn't see the power being formed in you. They didn't see the divine strength rising from within you. Your enemies are now confused. They thought you were destined to fail, to remain small, and to keep struggling. But now, they can't understand how you've come this far, how you've broken free from everything they tried to bind you with. They're baffled by your resilience, by the peace you've found in the middle of chaos, by the strength that seems to come from an invisible source. They thought they could break you, but instead, they forged a weapon of divine strength. In Ephesians 6:12, it's written, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Chosen one, the battle you faced wasn't just physical. It wasn't just about your circumstances. It was a spiritual battle, one that you've now overcome. You are not who they said you were. You are a warrior, anointed and appointed by God to carry out a divine purpose that no one can take from you. Now that the truth is becoming clear, you'll begin to understand the full scope of the battle you've been in. The plans to break you were never about your worth. They were about stopping your mission. But here's the great news. You have won. They can't break you. They underestimated your strength, your divine connection, and the authority God has given you. You are walking in victory now. Every plan they made to destroy you has been overturned. In Psalm 34-19 it says, "The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all." You are delivered, chosen one. You have come through the fire, and now you're stepping into a season of restoration, empowerment, and divine purpose. What they tried to destroy has only strengthened you. Now, you are walking in the fullness of your divine calling, and nothing can stop you. As you walk forward, remember that your power comes from God. Your strength is in Him. The battle is over, and you've emerged victorious. You are unshaken, unmovable, and unstoppable. The enemy is defeated, and you are about to step into your divine destiny. Walk confidently, chosen one, knowing that the strength of God is on your side, and you are walking in victory. Chosen one, there comes a moment in your life when things shift, when the universe moves in ways you never expected, revealing not only the work being done behind the scenes, but also the depth of your purpose. You may have felt like a shadow for years, watching from the sidelines as others got the attention, the accolades, and the recognition. But now, heaven is pulling back the curtain, exposing the very essence of who you are and why everyone's talking about you. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to shine, and not in the way the world measures success, but in the way that speaks to eternity. The more you grow, the more those around you begin to notice. And it isn't just a coincidence, it's divine timing. The conversations are starting, the whispers are becoming louder, and the energy around you is shifting because God is revealing who you truly are. Psalm 139-14 tells us, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well." This verse is a beautiful reminder that you were crafted with purpose, and the time has come for that purpose to be revealed. You are God's masterpiece, and He has designed you to stand out, to break barriers, and to lead in ways you've only begun to understand. There were times when you wondered why the journey was so hard, why it felt like you were constantly fighting an uphill battle. Those struggles, those long nights of doubt, those moments where you felt isolated, they were preparations. God was teaching you discernment. He was refining your spirit, and He was preparing you for the exact moment when your breakthrough would come, the moment when people would finally see you as they were meant to. Have you ever wondered why the people around you started changing? Maybe some friends drifted away, while others, who once overlooked you, began to notice. Have you noticed how people who once dismissed you are now curious about what you're doing and who you are becoming? This is no coincidence. You're being aligned, and it's happening because you've walked through the fire. Now, the world is starting to see the light that has been inside of you all along. Romans 8:28 assures us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Everything that you've faced, the trials, the tests, the moments of fear and doubt, they've all been part of God's grand design. The people who tried to silence you, the ones who dismissed your potential, God allowed those things to happen, not because He wanted to see you suffer, but because He was preparing you for something far greater. What you're experiencing now is not just an awakening, it is a divine unveiling. People are talking about you because you're stepping into the fullness of who you are. The promises that God spoke over your life are beginning to manifest, and the conversations about you are shifting. Where once people underestimated you, now they are realizing there is more to you than they ever imagined. The very things that were meant to tear you down are being used by God to elevate you. There is something powerful happening in the Spirit. Your name is being spoken in places you haven't even set foot in yet. God is moving on your behalf in ways you cannot see, and He is setting the stage for your divine connection. This is your moment, the time when everything comes together and aligns in a way that only God can orchestrate. Heaven is releasing the breakthrough you've prayed for, and it's happening right now. Isaiah 60:22 tells us, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. The time is now. You've waited, you've endured, and now the doors are opening." This isn't just about you being seen or acknowledged. This is about you stepping into your divine purpose and walking in the fullness of your calling. You're no longer walking in the shadows, you're walking in the light that God has prepared for you. When God sets things in motion, they cannot be stopped. The enemy tried to delay you, to discourage you, to make you feel less than what God called you to be. But what the enemy didn't realize was that every delay, every roadblock, every moment of rejection was actually God's divine protection. God was allowing you to grow. He was strengthening you, molding you for the role that you are about to step into. Have you ever felt like people just don't get you? That no matter how much you explain your dreams or your vision, they can't quite see it the way you do? It's because the vision God has placed in you is not for everyone to understand. The plans He has for you are divine, and only those with the same divine purpose will recognize it. Have you ever wondered if you were really meant for something bigger? The answer is yes, and now the world is beginning to see what you've always known, that you were meant for greatness. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." God is now making your paths straight. You've submitted to Him in the midst of uncertainty, and now He is bringing clarity. The doors that once seemed closed are now opening wide, and the relationships that once seemed impossible are now aligning. In the coming days, you will see the fruit of your labor. You will see the seeds that you've planted in faith begin to flourish. People will start talking about you not because of what you've done, but because of what God is doing through you. You'll become a living testimony of God's faithfulness, His timing, and His power to work in the lives of those He has chosen. As this chapter unfolds in your life, don't get distracted by the opinions of others. It's easy to look around and wonder if people will understand your journey, but remember, this journey is between you and God. God is the one who called you. God is the one who is elevating you. You don't need anyone's approval to walk in your divine purpose. Just keep your heart aligned with His will. Philippians 1:6. Being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. The work that God has started in you is being completed in this season. Stay confident, stay aligned. Heaven is moving, and you are right in the center of it. Chosen one, your thoughts are protected. The psychological manipulation of those around you can no longer reach you. Their spiritual attacks, no matter how strong, are futile because your energy field is shielded. Your future is secured. Your destiny is set in motion, and no force can interfere with it. Heaven's protection is so strong that even though they can see you, they cannot reach you. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. You can trust that the battle is being fought on your behalf. They can plot against you, speak ill of you, but their plans will backfire. Their words will carry no weight, their schemes will be exposed, and divine justice will move in a way that human justice could never match. Every secret, every lie, every theft, it will be brought to light. What was stolen from you will be returned with interest. Have you ever wondered why, in the midst of an attack, you felt that inner stillness? That moment of clarity when, despite the chaos around you, you've known the outcome was already decided. This is your divine protection in action. You are not alone. For the mountains may depart and the hills be removed, but my steadfast love shall not depart from you, and my covenant of peace shall not be removed, says the Lord, who has compassion on you. Isaiah 54:7. Your enemies understood something about you that you're only beginning to fully realize. They knew the power you carry, and they feared it. They knew that the moment you connected with your divine purpose, with the one meant for you, your power would exponentially grow. That's when they began their attempts to suppress your rise. But here's the truth. The very things they tried to use against you are the things that will push you forward. Every obstacle is an opportunity for divine elevation. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Psalm 34-18. When you felt broken, God was near, working on your spirit, preparing you for what was to come. Do you feel it, chosen one? That shift happening deep within. Every challenge, every moment of doubt has only served to strengthen you for the next phase of your journey. The enemy tried to bring you down, but you're rising higher than they ever imagined. And this victory? It's not just for you. It's for your purpose. It's for the kingdom work you were created for. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29-11. Your purpose is unfolding exactly as it was planned. Now, I need to ask you, are you truly chosen? Prove it. It's easy to sit and listen to messages about being a chosen one, but the real test is in your actions. If you are still here, still reading, still listening, that means something. But remember, talk is cheap. Real chosen ones don't just consume information, they take action. They rise up, face their challenges head-on, and use everything around them as fuel for their divine mission. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. With God's strength, you can do all things, including overcoming every obstacle in your path. That's why I created Destiny Engine. It's more than just a tool. It's a personalized sequence of power designed to help you turn betrayal into transcendence, isolation into sacred strength, and the downfall of your enemies into your ascension. The dark forces have their weapons, but with the Destiny Engine, you will use their tactics against them. The same energy they used to program you for competition and scarcity can now be repurposed to serve divine justice. In the world of the dark elites, they've spent years working behind the scenes to suppress the light. But now, the tables have turned. You don't need to fight. All you have to do is use the tools provided for you. Put on your headphones, press play, and watch as your enemies choke on the rope they've created through their own lies. The universe is watching, and divine justice is already at work. The Lord will restore the years that the locusts have eaten. Joel 2:25. Every loss you've endured will be restored in ways you cannot yet understand. Now, if you're ready to take the next step in your journey, to truly embrace your divine power, start your Destiny Engine today for just $1. For just $1, you can unlock the tools that will accelerate divine justice in your life. This isn't about quick fixes or shortcuts. This is about empowering you to transform your life through the divine connection that has always been within you. Are you ready to prove that you are chosen? Are you ready to transform the attacks against you into your rise? If so, join the Obsidian Inner Order Life Checks and watch as your life begins to align with divine timing. But there's one crucial thing that you need to understand. Your spiritual power was never meant to operate alone. You were designed for divine partnership. When you connect with the right person, someone who resonates at your frequency, something alchemical happens. It's not just addition, but multiplication. Your combined energies will rise exponentially. This isn't just about two people. It's about the power of two forces coming together to redefine what's possible. This union will threaten every dark agenda, every system that seeks to keep you from your purpose. Because when two powerful beings aligned with their divine purpose come together, nothing can stand in their way. This is your next level, your transformation, your elevation. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, and has not another to lift him up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Remember, chosen one, this is your time. The universe has already set the stage, and heaven is calling you to step into your full potential. The time for hiding is over. It's time to rise up and claim what has always been yours. Whether through your faith, your actions, or the connections you make, you are already in motion. Step into it with purpose, for the best is yet to come. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Call to action. Are you ready to embrace your divine power and elevate your life? Start your destiny engine today for just $1 and begin to experience the transformation that has been waiting for you. Join the Obsidian Inner Order Life Checks and watch as divine justice accelerates in your life. The time is now. Blessings to you, chosen one. May your journey be filled with clarity, strength, and the alignment of your divine purpose. The world is waiting for your light to shine. Chosen one, as you stand at the threshold of divine justice, understand that everything you've endured, every betrayal, every moment of sabotage, has been part of a greater plan. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. The darkness you've walked through, the deceit you've faced, the isolation you've experienced, were all part of a process designed to refine you, to elevate you, to bring you into alignment with your divine destiny. Have you ever wondered why certain relationships always seem to fall apart at the most crucial moments? Why did it feel as though something invisible was working against your progress, pulling you away from the people who truly saw you for who you are? The reason is that the forces of darkness understood that once you connected with your divine counterpart, your power would increase exponentially. They worked tirelessly to keep you apart, to keep you disconnected from the one who could amplify your light. But now, that separation is coming to an end. God's plan is unfolding before your eyes. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. Isaiah 54:17. Every setback you experienced, every false relationship that led to heartache, was part of a cosmic strategy to protect what God was preparing for you. Your true counterpart, the one who mirrors your energy, who aligns with your calling, has been kept hidden for a reason. Their presence is a divine assignment to multiply what God placed within you. They were never meant to be just another relationship. They were meant to be part of your purpose. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil, for if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Together, you will build something greater than the sum of your parts. And while the enemy tried to tear you apart, they have failed, and now divine justice is moving with precision. The arrests that are unfolding are part of a divine reversal. Those who thought they were untouchable, those who believed their connections would shield them from the consequences of their actions, are now facing the reality of God's justice. The couple who orchestrated so much of your pain, the lies, the manipulation, the financial sabotage, will now be held accountable, not just spiritually, but legally and publicly. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap. Galatians 6-7. They sowed deceit and malice, and now they are reaping the consequences. Their downfall will be as public as their arrogance, and their manipulation will be exposed for all to see. What's happening now is more than human justice, it's divine justice. It operates on multiple levels: legal, social, spiritual, and financial. You've seen human justice move slowly, but when divine justice steps in, it accelerates the process. The truth is being revealed, not just in the legal system, but in the hearts of those who once believed their lies. Those who doubted you, those who questioned your character, will now see the truth. Your vindication is not just a victory for you, but for your purpose, your destiny, and your relationship with God. The Lord executes righteousness and justice for all who are oppressed. Psalm 103-6. The wicked who once thought they could control your story who believed their falsehoods would keep you silent, are now facing a justice they never prepared for. They understood human accountability, but they never anticipated divine accountability. Their plans were made with earthly power in mind, but they forgot that the ultimate power belongs to God. The same God who called you, who anointed you, who protected you, is now ensuring that his justice will prevail. This isn't just about the return of what was stolen from you. It's about the restoration of your soul, the restoration of your purpose. Every lie they told, every scheme they planned, is now being turned into the stepping stones for your ascension. For the mountains may depart and the hills be removed, but my steadfast love shall not depart from you, and my covenant of peace shall not be removed, says the Lord, who has compassion on you. Isaiah 54:10. You've reached the point where everything you've prayed for, everything you've trusted God for, is about to come to fruition. Your enemies, the ones who tried to break you, the ones who thought they had control, are now seeing their own schemes unravel. Your testimony is becoming undeniable. The same enemies who tried to break your spirit will witness your victory. This victory isn't just for you, it's for your purpose, your calling, and your future. It's not just about the restitution of material things. It's about the restoration of your dignity, your reputation, and your place in God's divine plan. I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. Joel 2:25. Every stolen moment, every tear shed in isolation, every minute spent in doubt, God is returning it to you, multiplied and sanctified. Now that your enemies are exposed, it's important to remember that your victory comes from your faith. It's not about revenge or retaliation. It's about divine justice and the manifestation of God's will for your life. You've been through the fire, but you are coming out stronger, refined, and more powerful than ever. The victory that is coming is not just for you to hold, but to share, to multiply, and to use for God's glory. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. Psalm 34:17. As you step into this new season of your life, remember that this victory isn't just for you. It's for everyone you touch, everyone you influence, and everyone who walks with you in your journey. You were chosen for this. You were protected for this. And now you are being elevated for this. Chosen one, as you stand on the threshold of the greatest breakthrough of your life, it's crucial to remember that the spiritual warfare you've faced is far from over. The battle is shifting, but the enemy is still lurking, trying to regain control. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Psalm 27:1. Your enemies, those who have worked tirelessly to destroy you, are now cornered by the very justice they thought they could escape. But their desperation is rising, and with it comes the threat of physical harm. You know better than anyone how far these individuals will go when they feel their control slipping. You've witnessed their rage, their disregard for boundaries, and their willingness to destroy anything in their path. These people have been operating in darkness, manipulating, lying, and controlling, and now, for the first time, they are facing consequences they can't avoid. For the wicked shall be cut off, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. Psalm 37:9. Their inability to handle accountability is about to manifest in violent ways. They will try to lash out, and they will stop at nothing to try and drag you down with them. But here's where your wisdom and discernment come into play. You know that divine protection goes hand in hand with practical wisdom. Just because justice is on your side doesn't mean you should throw caution to the wind. You've been given spiritual authority, yes, but you must also use the wisdom of the world to navigate this moment carefully. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and suffer for it. Proverbs 22:3. You've made it this far because you've learned to read the signs, to protect yourself, and to avoid being drawn into the emotional chaos they are trying to create. Your victory is real, but your safety is paramount. Divine protection is all around you, but it works best when paired with your own vigilance. You're not operating from a position of naivety. You are walking in strength, in wisdom, and in divine assurance. You've learned how to balance the spiritual with the practical, and now is not the time to let your guard down. You have to keep yourself shielded, even in moments of victory. But the Lord is faithful, and He will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. 2 Thessalonians 3:3. Your spiritual protection, granted by Archangel Michael, is immense. But it's not just the spiritual realm that is watching over you. You have human protection now too. People who understand the spiritual gravity of your situation are stepping forward. These defenders, appointed by God, are committed to ensuring that you remain safe and successful as this chapter unfolds. Furthermore, legal protection is also at work. The very systems that seemed to fail you in the past are now turning in your favor. God is orchestrating a divine reversal where justice will finally be served. Financial protection is also manifesting. What was stolen from you is being restored, and every asset that was taken in deception is being recovered. The wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. Proverbs 13:22. You are walking in the manifestation of these promises, and they will continue to unfold in divine timing. Now, as for the return of your twin flame or higher soulmate, this too is part of the divine design. You've been through so much, endured so much, and now God is sending you someone who has chosen truth over deception, love over manipulation, and connection over control. This is the divine partnership that will amplify your purpose, strengthen your mission, and carry you both to places you could not go alone. You've been prepared for this, and so have they. Together, your energies will multiply, and together, you will step into the fullness of your calling. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. Ecclesiastes 4:9. But remember, you also have a choice. The decision between your twin flame and a higher level soulmate is not a choice to be taken lightly. This choice is about aligning with the person who resonates most deeply with your soul's purpose. It's about choosing someone who will complement your divine mission, not just someone who makes you feel good in the moment. Your soul already knows the answer, and as this moment approaches, you will feel an undeniable clarity about the direction you need to go. This is more than just about a relationship. It's about destiny. It's about fulfillment. It's about walking in divine alignment, where everything you've ever hoped for is coming together. The forces of darkness tried to stop this, but they failed. They tried to keep you isolated, but it only made you stronger. They tried to diminish your power, but it only increased. What the enemy meant for evil, God meant for good. Genesis 50:20. Now, you stand poised to receive the fruits of your faithfulness and to walk into a future brighter than anything you've imagined. You are no longer a victim of their manipulation. You are a victor, a conqueror, a chosen one. The protection surrounding you is undeniable. The path ahead is secure. And the victory, your victory, is certain. Keep walking in faith. Keep walking in wisdom. Keep walking in alignment with your higher self, for this moment has been ordained by heaven, and nothing can stop it. Chosen one, you've entered a season of divine expansion and restoration. You've gone from having no way out to now being flooded with divine options, doors opening where they were once firmly shut. You've transitioned from a place of isolation and limitation to one of abundance and opportunity, where your choices are now filled with blessings beyond measure. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. This is not just a moment of recovery, but a profound shift in your life. What dreams are you finally ready to step into, knowing the door is wide open now? All that was stolen from you, all that was blocked, is now being restored, not just in kind, but in overflow. You are no longer in survival mode. You are now operating from a place of divine power and love. Your choices are grounded in faith and abundance, not in fear or scarcity. This is your time to step into the fullness of your destiny. The very conspiracy that once had you trapped and feeling powerless has now been exposed and completely shattered. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. Isaiah 54:17. What areas of your life will you begin to claim the victory in, knowing this is your moment of restoration? Your wealth, which was once deliberately hidden, is being returned to you with compound interest. You will not only get back what was stolen, but you will be blessed in ways you never imagined possible. The trust funds that were stolen from you, the donations that never reached you, the career opportunities blocked by hidden forces, all of it is coming back to you, multiplied. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. John 10:10. How will you use the overflow you're receiving to bring glory to God and uplift those around you? But this is not just about financial blessings. The people who have betrayed you, the ones who spoke lies about you, will see their errors. Their false accusations, their manipulations, will be exposed for what they truly are. Those who once doubted you will be the very ones acknowledging your truth, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. What have you learned about trusting in the truth and standing firm in it, no matter how loud the lies were? You've transitioned from being a target to walking in divine authority. No longer are you running from fear. No longer are you being controlled by the opinions and lies of others. You are standing firm in your truth, in your purpose, and in the authority given to you by God. You have survived. You have thrived. You have emerged stronger than ever before. Now, you are unstoppable. But thanks be to God, He gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15:57. What does it feel like to step into this new season of authority and unstoppable power? The attacks against you were never about your current state. They were an attempt to prevent you from stepping into the fullness of your calling. But now, the floodgates of opportunity are opening wide. Relationships are being healed, and new connections are forming, relationships that are more aligned with your true purpose. The people who are meant to walk with you in this new season will come into your life with ease, and the ones who were never meant to be there will fade away. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end He will stand on the earth. Job 19:25. What new relationships are you ready to embrace, knowing they will take you further in your calling? The divine justice that is unfolding in your life right now is not just about exposing the lies of your enemies. It's about opening doors that were locked for too long. What was once delayed is now being released into your hands. And it's not just any release, it's a release that brings healing, not only to you but to those around you. Your victory is not a solitary one. It's one that will ripple out, touching every area of your life, bringing restoration, abundance, and divine connection. Your enemy's greatest fear has become reality. They thought you would never make it. They thought you would fail. They tried to break you, to steal your identity, and to keep you from walking in your true purpose. But they were wrong. They underestimated your resilience, your strength, and the power of God working within you. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Genesis 50:20. What areas in your life do you see now, where what was meant to harm you has instead turned into the stepping stones for your success? Now, as you stand in the midst of your divine restoration, remember that this is just the beginning. Your story is far from over. What you've been through, the battles you've fought, and the growth you've experienced will serve as a beacon for others who are walking the same path. You are a living testament to the power of divine justice, to the reality that good does triumph over evil and that truth will always prevail. The doors are opening, the blessings are coming, and as you walk into your future, know that you are walking in the fullness of God's plan for your life. You are chosen, you are protected, you are victorious, and now nothing and no one can stop you from stepping into the fullness of your destiny. Chosen one, this is your moment of divine vindication. What they tried to conceal, What they attempted to destroy is now being exposed and restored in ways that they never imagined. You've come from a place of betrayal, deception, and struggle to now be the center of divine attention. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Their schemes, their lies, their manipulations were always meant to keep you in the shadows. But God had a different plan, one that was always moving forward in secret. And now it is all being revealed in the light. Have you ever wondered if the challenges you've faced were part of a bigger plan? Be sure your sin will find you out. Numbers 32-23. Those who tried to keep you down, who plotted against you, are now seeing the truth come to light. The webs of deceit they wove are now unraveling. The very people who thought they could escape the consequences of their actions are now being exposed. The truth is more powerful than any lie they told, and now that truth is revealing itself. As the conspiracies begin to unravel, you'll witness a stunning revelation. Those who thought they were above the law, those who thought they could escape the consequences of their actions, are now facing their reckoning. Their schemes, which they thought were foolproof, are now crumbling. The arrests that are about to take place are only the beginning. Divine justice is swift, thorough, and unyielding. The Lord works righteousness and justice for all the oppressed. Psalm 103-6. Have you ever felt like justice was taking too long? The moment of reckoning is here, and everything that was hidden will soon be exposed. This isn't just about the material things that were stolen from you, but also the reputation that was tarnished, the relationships that were sabotaged, and the peace that was disturbed. The damage they caused is being healed, and in the process, you are being elevated to a place where you will never have to worry about those dark forces again. They thought they could take your peace, your joy, and your identity, but what they didn't count on was the power of divine restoration. For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory. Deuteronomy 20-4. When you look back, do you realize how much you've already overcome? The very thing they tried to destroy in you is now being used to elevate you higher than you ever imagined. What they intended for your harm is now becoming the foundation for your victory. Every setback is now a setup for an even greater comeback. Every theft, every attack, every lie they told about you is now being used to propel you forward into the destiny God has always had for you. As they are exposed, you are elevated. As they are punished, you are rewarded. This divine vindication is the proof that God's promises are always true. No matter how long it took, no matter how painful it was, God's timing is always perfect. Are you ready to step into your victory and embrace the restoration of everything that was taken from you? You are no longer a victim of their schemes, but a living testimony of divine justice. The world is about to see how you have been restored, how everything they tried to take from you will be returned tenfold. Your enemies will see it, your friends will see it, and you will see it as everything that was stolen, hidden, or manipulated is brought into the light. For the Lord will vindicate his people and have compassion on his servants. Psalm 135-14. This is your moment of vindication. This is your moment of elevation. The victory has already been secured, and the divine justice you've been waiting for is now unfolding before your eyes. Are you ready to claim it? Chosen ones, you've journeyed through darkness, been tested in ways that seemed impossible, and now you stand on the other side with divine justice unfolding in your life. What the enemy meant for your destruction, God has turned around for your good. You've learned to trust your inner strength, to lean into your spiritual power, and to rely on the unwavering support of divine protection. Now, as this chapter closes and a new one begins, it's time for you to step fully into the purpose that has been waiting for you all along. This is not just about surviving the storms, but thriving in them. Every trial you've faced has not only revealed your strength, but has prepared you for the greatness that is ahead. You've been made stronger, wiser, and more resilient. And now, as justice is served and your elevation begins, know that the journey you've been on is leading you towards something far beyond what you've imagined. This is the beginning of your divine restoration, your public vindication, and your spiritual ascension. But the work is far from over. Your mission is just beginning. As you step into this new season, your purpose becomes clearer, your calling more intense. You are not only a survivor of the trials, but a testament to the power of divine grace. This victory is not just for you, but for everyone who's watched you, witnessed your struggles, and now sees the glory that comes from perseverance. Your victory is a beacon of hope for all those who are still walking through their own storms. I encourage you to take a moment and reflect on how far you've come. Look back at all the challenges, the moments of doubt, and the times you questioned everything. But you made it through. You've endured. And now, with a clear path ahead, you are ready to step into your destiny. It's time for you to claim the blessings that have been stored up for you. You are worthy of every good thing that's coming your way. And as you embrace this new chapter, remember that your story is not just for you. It's a message to the world that no matter how much darkness you face, light will always prevail. So, if this message has resonated with you, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's build this community together and continue to share these divine truths. If you've supported this channel through Super Thanks or in any other way, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your support makes all of this possible. Now, go ahead and walk into your victory with confidence. Walk into your blessing, knowing that the doors are opening, the people who've been meant for you are finding their way to you, and that you're walking in alignment with divine purpose. Your future is bright. Your journey is just beginning, and the world is about to see the glory of God in you. Blessings to you, chosen one. May you continue to walk in faith, walk in purpose, and walk in victory. May your heart remain open to the divine connections coming your way, and may you continue to be a light for others who are still struggling in the dark. Keep shining, keep believing. Your best is yet to come.